All right, we're gonna do some Pilates mat, y'all. Mm-hmm. Ooh, get warming up. Get this going again. All right, nice and calm. Get this moved out of me. Here we go. Oh my goodness, let's see here. Let's take, we'll go wide feet and take bending and straightening of the knees and circling of those shoulders. Start to inhale through the nose and exhale. Just kind of tuning out and tuning in. And then onto a back stroke. Just inhaling peace and calm and gratitude. And exhaling any stresses or worries. Good. Let's stay here and go ahead into a nice long side bend. Inhale up. Exhale over. Let's do that again. Nice. All right, let's come back to, we're going to push one palm ahead and we're going to pull the other elbow back. But what I'm really looking for is that thoracic spine to move. So that's your rib cage and your shoulder girdle. Really let that part of the back swivel. Good. Then we're going to push that on the opposite corners and keep that nice little swivel going. Adding a little rotation in there. Pulling the other elbow back. These moves are, I'm starting to see them in the fascia movement and the Qigong movements. So we're incorporating a whole bunch. And then reaching up, stretching upward one at a time. Again, moving that mid back. And shoulders. Good. Then palms up. We're going to come back and do our swing. Again for the upper back. Opening the front of the shoulders. Those blades are gliding in toward the ribs. In toward the spine. Moving along the ribs. Good. And we're going to leave them back there. Come up and tap the opposite elbow and back down. And you can change which forearm goes in front. Little belly button in. Center that pelvis in case it's sticking out. Add a little core here. Good. And back down. Roll that out. Now we're going to keep with this mid back and add our rotation and our little plop of the arms against the body. Keep your pelvis steady if you can. And just keep sighing and exhaling. Just let it go. Anytime you feel like your breath is trying to hold or stop, just exhale. Like a big sigh, exhausted sigh. Good. All right, back onto the pelvis and figure 8. Forward and around each hip, shifting weight from leg to leg. Soften the knees because you'll get more movement out of your pelvis. And let that freestyle up your spine for a moment. Whatever feels good, just move it. It's an easy. on back. All right, we're going to open the legs more, toes on an angle, and ease on down into a wide squat and back up, outward rotated squat. Inhale up, exhale down. More. Good. Then a half bend in the knees. We'll take our baby lunges, knees over toes, and we're just going to add a little sway in between. Back to that mid-back. Keep your balance and slowly go overhead. This is also the calming of your aura, if you'd like to think of it that way, smoothing it all out. And then back down. You can even go around. Smooth it out. Good, good. All right, toes straight ahead. We're going to bend both knees and push out. Now we'll stick our tail out a little bit more, but still keep a nice flat back. Core coming in. Good. And then a half bend in the knees. Baby lunges again. Toes and knees straight ahead. And then we're going to add our windmill. Still moving that mid back, if you notice, right here on the angle. Good. Back to center and back up. All right, let's come into parallel. Back to upright posture as we bend, straighten, little core in to lift the heels and lower. So bend, straighten, lift, and lower. And then stay up, roll down one, go back up, roll down the other, up. Stretch the toes, arches. Good. Now, we're going to keep the waist level, just lift one foot, hold the balance for a moment, circle that ankle, and reverse. Give it a little shake. Other side, keep your waist level, lift, circle, breathe, reverse, give it a little shake. All right, give it all a little shake. Woo, shimmy those shoulders, shimmy that butt, woo, 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 woo. Put it all together, woo, woo, woo. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Shaking and bouncing is my new favorite things. All right, let's cruise on down to that mat. All right, rolling down through, walking it out onto straddle stretch. Wiggle out any tension in those legs. And then let's walk it down. One leg, palms on the floor, elbows bend to guide the torso where it needs to go. Let this leg keep relaxing. And then up and over, down the other leg. Wiggle it out. Breathe it out. And then let's go center, and then we'll do this again. And back up and down the first leg. This time slide the opposite hand toward the ankle. Open up the back even more and the waist. Up and gently over to the other side. Rotate, slide the opposite hand toward the ankle. Breathe, keep reaching. And up and then down center. Let the head go. And then back up. We'll slide those legs in, give them a little shake. We've already done the spine, so let's come on down into the mat. Actually, I'm going to go this way. Let's come on down. And just make sure real quick that you're down the center of your mat. Check this with your hands that your pelvis is center. Check your shoulders and then the head, just to make sure you're in good alignment. We're going to just grab a hold of each knee, give a little hug and a little side rock for a moment. Send your body some love and appreciation for getting you through so much in this life and still doing as well as it is, no matter what's going on. It's still there to serve us and serve us as well as it can. Awesome. Hold on to the knees now and circle the thighs. So we're going to separate them down the middle, separate them, and arms length out and back in. And then reverse. Good. Feet back down. Arms straight up to the sky. Reground those shoulder blades. If you feel like the shoulders are up too high, you can lock the blades down the back a bit, lengthen the neck, and reground them, and then go into arm circles. Helps work out any kinks in that ball and socket by keeping the blade connected to the back and the mat for a moment, and then reverse. Good. Now we're just going to do our arm movement of both arms down, both slowly up and overhead. Again, just that much to make sure the blade is staying down the back and that the shoulder joint is not curling forward, but it's staying in neutral. Now alternate one arm down, one above, and slowly switch. Keep breathing. Focused on that mid-upper back. Good. Now make your goal pose position, elbows straight out from your shoulders, and you're just going to do your outward rotation, which is palm back or palm up technically, and then leave the elbows down and go inward rotation. Maybe fingers will touch. So outward rotation is palm up, down, palm down, inward rotation. Elbows stay grounded for a moment as you go gently through those. And now we're going to alternate, one up and one down, and switch. Nice and easy, nothing strenuous, just let them glide naturally to where they can go. Alternating here. And now with palms staying up, we're going to glide the hands to above the head on the floor, touch your first two fingertips, and then just glide them along the mat toward elbows coming toward the ribs, and then glide them back. So we do this one on the foam roller, but here it is without the roller. So you can still work on all these moves for your shoulders, your upper back, strength, keeping those blades down. You can also do these up against a wall. All good neutral conditioning for that shoulder and upper back. And keeping a nice open position in the front while you're doing it. All right, yay. Okie dokie. Let's let the arms come back to your normal spot. You can still go palms up, though. At any point they start to curl, just change it up so they relax. All right, pelvic floor, in and up. Hold those P muscles as we pick up each foot. Let's go on back to our toe bounces, one at a time. Moving that thigh in toward the chest and away. So while the legs are moving, we're going to check in with our jaw and wiggle it all around. Let it release. How about the neck? Roll the head. While the legs are moving, release that neck. Good. Pause, flex the heels. Reactivate pelvic floor and around the waist as you heel touch. Straight down underneath you. Again, watch out for the jaw and the neck. Good. Now we're going to pause again, and we're going to come back to the arm position of straight up. Grounded shoulder blades. Just leave the arms here and add your heel touches again. Keep breathing. Keep drawing in and up. If one shoulder blade wants to lift off, just reground it. Good. Grab the knees again. Quick hug. Love, love. All right, we're going to hold on to one knee. Keep the heels flexed. Stretch out the other leg on the 45. Hold it there. I want you to hold and straighten the knee and flex that heel. Make that leg power up. And then bring it in. Send the other one out and hold. And then alternate with a slight hold. Because it's easy to smoosh through all of this without that little detail of a straight knee and letting that quad really power up here. And just holding for that core strength that's kicking in. Good. And bring those back in. All right, feet to the edge of your mat. Relax those arms. Maybe you could even go upward here. Wherever they just get relaxed is what you want. 6 o'clock. Let's peel up one vertebrae at a time into rounded bridge. If it doesn't go very high at first, no big deal. Just peel it down and keep working at it. It'll slowly come up higher and higher. Long exhales to go up. Take another breath at the top. And a long exhale to come down. there for a moment. And just breathe and balance there. And peel it back down. I'm going to do the same thing with this arm position. We're going to reach the arms to the sky, ground the shoulder blades, lengthen the neck. We are going to rounded bridge again. 6 o'clock, peel it up, hold at the top for a moment with your blades down. Still getting that contraction in the middle, and then peel it back down. And go again. Good, and one more here. Keep the blades down. Keep that contraction. And peel it down. Good. Now, we're going to stay here. Rock onto the heels. And now neutral core bridge. So, funnel those ribs in. Glue the pelvis to the rib cage through the transversus. Pelvic floor in and up. Hydraulically lift. And then hydraulically lower. Your hand position can help give you feedback here. That the bones are traveling equally. Exhale up, inhale down. Press equally through both heels. Good. All right, bring those feet into parallel. And we're going to do the same combo. So back to rounded bridge, 6 o'clock, peel it up. And peel it down. Exhale it up. Down. One more here. We're going to stay up at the top for a moment. Find your balance. We're going to bring those arms next to us again. Hold that up there in a slight contraction. Both arms up and over. And then back by your side. Nice and graceful. Back to the shoulder blades, staying grounded. Keep lifting the pelvis when it wants to drop down. Now alternate one arm up and switch. Good. Back to center and peel it back down. Oh yeah. All right, we are going to bring the feet and knees all the way in together now. Flex onto the heels, thighs are touching, ankles are touching, back to neutral core lift in this position, down the midline. Exhale, hydraulically lift, inhale down. It's not going to go very high. Exhale up, inhale down. We're getting those inner thighs and inner hamstrings. And you got your hand positions. Just keep pressing those thighs into one another. And one more here. All right, let's hook in behind one knee and then hug underneath the other knee. Separate and hug while you rock and roll and sigh. Good. Then legs straight up for a moment. Actually, let's bend it straight. So you can hang on, Legs are going to bend and straighten. They're glued into one another and flex at the point. Good. Now leave them up there. Flex the heels. Little cross-country ski action. All right. Now we're going to hold one leg and let a little extra hamstring stretch happen to the back side of this thigh. Lengthen the knee as much as you can. The other leg's just hanging out in the air. And then switch the other leg. Little extra hammy stretch here. Breathe it out. Back to the first leg. We're going to hang on, and we're going to let that other leg float down just above the mat, and then all the way back up. Switch to that leg, and continue on. It's your own tempo. But remember, you want to reach those toes to the sky, to the wall, and back up. Long legs, reaching legs, and not just the old down and up. Really lengthen them up. Good. Now, if you want to add your upper body curl, we're going to curl into those ribs, hold that, and continue on with some more switches. Nice. And then fold all that in, back to the mat, and roll the head side to side. All right, let's take those arms back above, and let's come back to our upper body curl for a moment. Inhale back, exhale to curl. And then onto the diagonal for the obliques, just a low reach, a low twisty reach. Very good. And roll the head again. All right. Let's bring the legs back in just briefly. Back in, back out, and open the inner thighs to let that stretch. And circle the ankles while we're here. And reverse. Curl the toes, spread them out, curl them up, spread them out. Lengthen the knees if they'll go for a moment. Drop the pubic bone down just slightly for another stretch here, another angle. And then bend the knees, but bring them up toward the elbows on an angle. Hold here. And then you can kind of glide these thighs up and like in slightly and back out slightly in case there's any other angle of stretch they need. You'll feel it. So just know you've got some more options right in that upper range. All right, then feet back down, off the mat from each other, open arms, and double knee fold to one side. And here's where you're going to relax that jaw and neck again, arms, belly, butt, thighs, calves, even the bottom butt, and feet. Let it melt. Up and over to the other side, and remelt. Jaw, neck, arms, chest, belly, butt, thighs, calves, feet. And bring the feet back onto the mat. We're going to cross one ankle over. We're going to do our slow-mo butterfly wing. So with the foot down, just very gently glide that thigh away and towards you. Super gentle on the joint. And just imagine all these muscles releasing tension, relaxing. So the leg can open gently, naturally, a little more at a time. Good. Then use that core to pick up this figure four if you can and want to. And then only your biceps, right? You still want to leave your blades down. You can flex the front foot if you need to protect this knee from any twisting. But just let your biceps work. Let everything else relax as much as they can. Slowly draw it in. Keep letting go through your exhale. Ease that down, and then second side, butterfly wing first. Super, super gentle, forward and back. Imagining all this tension around the hip, letting go. Side away. All right, then the core helps bring it all in. Just use your biceps to keep slowly drawing this combo towards your chest. Chin down. Exhales, flex foot. And back down. Now, just with your pelvic clock, take a rock around that sacrum with your back side of the clock, going one way, and then reverse. Now, curl into your 6 o'clock for a moment, which flattens that low back. Stay here and add the side to side rock. Another really good one for tight low backs. Again, this is another great one to do up against the wall. I am doing this one religiously every day since that wild double injury of mine, and it really has made all the difference. So something so simple up against the wall with your knees bent, and I really want to add the wall to some of our classes. We haven't quite gotten there, but I really want to because I'm doing more and more with the wall, and it could be a nice help to you guys. All right, and then relax it to center. Okie dokie, we are going to come on to some sideline for a moment. Stretch it out. All right, so legs are underneath us. We center that pelvis. Make sure you got a little core here. We're going to outward rotate that top leg right away. Draw that big toe in along the bottom leg. Knee toward the shoulder or ear, straight up. Flex and control the leg down. Draw it in, knee in, straight up flex, and control it down. And then one more all the way up there. Leave it there. Bend the bottom knee so you can balance. Grab where you can on that leg. Relax the leg in its socket again, just like we've been working on, and draw it towards your ear. Gently breathing, releasing the back of the knee. Also releasing this quad in the front. As much as it'll release, it'll help draw the leg in a little more. Good. And let that leg float down and join the other knee and just give this a little lovin'. Good. All right, while we're here, I'm just going to go ahead and add this particular one. So just take that top knee up, foot down, stretch out the bottom leg, and let's do our inner thigh lifts as well while we're here. Good. All right, and fold all that in. All right, up and over to the other side. And that first leg, just make sure it feels really long to kind of stretch it out as you come now and lay on it. It just a little, it's always funny how that first leg feels weird. All right, top leg, outward rotate. Draw the big toe in, knee toward the shoulder, straight up, flex, control the lower. Easy in the neck and the shoulders. next one up. Let's go ahead and leave it there. Bend the bottom knee, grab where you can, draw that leg, lengthen the knee, relax the thigh, and draw it toward easy in the hip joint. We want the leg to relax as much as it can. That will help you stretch it more. If it's fighting anywhere by gripping muscle, then you got a resistance you're trying to deal with. So the more relaxed, the better. Good. And let that flow down. Then we're going to put it on its top here in the back, stretch out the bottom leg, and lift and lower the inside of this one. Very good. Bring those back together and give the hips some loving too. Happy hippies. We're trying to hang on to them or welcome the new members. All right, on to our bellies. All right. We are going to let's rest our forehead on our hands for a moment. Let's walk those legs out so they feel long, and make sure you can feel your pubic bone going down into the mat as we bend the knees. You can even take your thighs on a walk away from your pelvis. That'll just lengthen the muscles into the mat and the bones. That's what we want. All right, keep that pubic bone down as you take your little baby thigh lifts, one at a time. Good. And remember, you want to keep that front pelvic bone down when you lift the thigh. Now we're going to go to straight legs and do the same thing, still resting your head. Straight leg lift with your pubic bone and your front pelvic bone staying in the mat. Always pick up that pelvic floor again, belly button in and up for some more support. Keep breathing. All right, now we're going to do little arcs here. So what we're going to do is pick up the leg. We're going to glide it out just a foot or two, touch the floor, and lift it up and arc it back to where it started. Then send the other leg up, slightly out, touch, arc it up and back in. So we've done this on quadruped, but here it is now on our bellies. Keeping that pelvic bones, all the pelvic bones grounded. So lift and arc out, lift and arc in. Keep breathing. Add some more core to help support. Belly button in and up. Hold those P muscles. Good. One more each. All right, now just open the legs and let them completely relax and feel that pubic bone go back. Kind of rock a little. Just let everything relax. Now, and we're going to take our arms to goal post. Again, we're going to hover the nose off the mat, long neck. Now, legs can stay relaxed, but we're still going to need some core here to help us out. So the butt cheeks might have to wake up again for help as we take one arm up off the floor, bent elbow, and straight down. So just alternating up and down. Exhale up, inhale down. Keep that nose aimed toward the mat so your neck is long. Butt cheeks can help, core is helping. Keep your spine stable. Feel that nice glide of the shoulder blade in and out, in and out. Toward the spine and away, toward the spine and away. Good. Now we're going to cinch in some more glute, more core, and try for both. Exhale, hover both, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. Nice. And now just reach the arms above, legs underneath. Just reach, reach, reach for a moment. Good. And now with hovering the nose one more time, reactivate that pubic bone down into the mat. Long low back as you reach, alternating opposite arm, opposite leg, just up and out and down. Other combo, up and out and down. Reach and reach and reach. Good. Now we're going to take a moment and pause those in the air. So we're going to reach it out, lift a few inches, hold, and lower down. Other combo, reach out, hold, lift, hold, and down. Breathe. Exhale, lift, reach, and in. Exhale, leave, reach, hold, and in. One more each. We can do it. Reach, hold, and reach, hold. Yes. Then just widen your elbows toward the edge of your mat, nice and wide, and just come up on the elbows and just allow your spine to extend gently without going too much in your low back. Drop, slide those shoulder blades down. Move that neck around nicely, easily. Just enjoy that extension. Good. And then we can do lift our core and scoot back one at a time. Into child's pose. Here we go. And stretch those fingers and curl them in and hyperextend them out. Curl them in, hyperextend them out. and onto all fours. Take a moment and create that C-curve hold for the low back some more. Lengthen it out, inhale. Exhale, round and hold. That's a deep 6 o'clock right there. And release it out. All right, let's see here. I'm going to just do a little bit more. So if your arms will allow you, stay nice and wide. Stay on the outer palm. And we're just going to slide one leg out and do just little touch, little lift and touch, lift and touch. Good. Slide that leg in, send the other one out, and lift and touch. Good. Now, we're going to do the same little arcing that we just did. So we're going to go out. We're going to lift a slight bit, touch out, arc it back under, slide it in. Other leg out, arc up and over, and arc it back, slide it in. Now, let's stay on one side for 8. So we're going to do out and in, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Slide it in. Other leg straight out and arc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Slide it in. Open the knees and do one more C curve. Tuck it under. And lengthen it out. Awesome. Now we are going to slide into a pigeon. So open those hands, slide one knee through the middle, and have a seat. So we work these hips pretty good. So let's stretch them out. Come on down over that knee. Remember, you want the shin forward. You don't want to be on the shin. We want to get into those rotators. Give those wrists a little shake while you're here. Side. And then forehead back to the hands. And now same arm above as same leg below. Reach, crawl those fingers up there. So from fingers to toes on one side, you're getting a nice open stretch traction. Side away. Excellent. Then gently press up the torso. Square off as much as you can to the front. Let the back leg stretch now. Glide those shoulder blades down. Excellent. Now we're going to ease these together and then back up to all fours. And then slide the other knee through. Have a seat on that cheek. Bring that shin forward. Walk that other leg back behind you as long as it'll go, and on the knee as much as it'll go. as you come on down over the knee. Shake out the wrists again. And then forehead to hands again. And then crawl that same arm above, the same leg below. Crawl those fingers up there. Really let that blade lift up. And reach the toes back and the fingers above. Breathe it out. And then gently press that torso up. Lift the heart slightly, outer palms. Blades down, breathe it out. Nice. And then back onto all fours. And one more C curve. And then we're going to tuck those toes, gently walk back up and over into our squat. Now we've been doing a parallel squat, but we might venture into a wide leg squat event soon. But this is a great one still for the calves and the Achilles. And then bottoms up. Open up the feet a little bit and just hang. Enjoy being upside down. Decompress that neck and spine. You can wiggle it a little. Let your organs relax. Send your feet some love if you can reach them or somewhere nearby. Just send your whole lower leg some love and appreciation. These feet help us keep moving and grooving. And we will soften the knees, slowly walk up as you round to stack. Take your time. Head's the last thing to come up, and then put everybody back who tried to escape. Good. Give it all a little shake, and we will finish upright, y'all. All right. Shake, 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 shake. Woo! Let's come back to a little figure eight of that pelvis. Just let the spine move again. Shoulders, neck. Yay. All right. Let's reach it up and twirl those wrists. Full body on stretch. Retwirl the other way. And let it go. Toss it, flick it. Whatever is not serving our highest and greatest good, we just keep letting it go. Inhale. Receive lots of joy and love and peace and calming instead. Sticking with the mindfulness and the harmony and the well-being. Wholeness in every way. Inhale again until we see each other again. Be good to yourselves. Be good to your body. Give yourself a hug. You're doing great. You're doing the best you can. That's right. And so is your body and your heart. So be good, be gentle, be loving, be kind to yourself. And watch out how you speak to it. Remember to be nice. Talk to it sweet. It's doing an amazing job for you. So squeeze it often. And thanks for doing Pilates with me.